Everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I have quite a mess happening at the moment. I want to do this inspired by Pinterest thing. I don't know what to call it, but she's got like, they look like bookmarks, but also tags for junk journals would work fantastic. And she's done the little paint chip thing. I've done that before. It's been a long time though. So I was like, ooh, yeah. And then little bits and pieces of lace and whatnot on the pieces. And they look to be on like torn book page, which I have loads of. So I just put a little bit of gesso on these previously. And, you know, they're all dry and ready to do whatever with. So we're set. So we're just going to attempt to do our own version of these. Oh, and this one is Carolyn Nixon. And this is Pinterest again. So if you want to check that out, they're very cool. I've seen them on Instagram too, I think. Oh, I need to move my iPad. I'm pretty sure. So, and it might be hers on there too. I don't know. I'm sure there's other people doing them. That whole doing the little paint chip looking things is pretty popular. So I see it lots of places. I'm just going to start with this one since it's already a nice size. And I want to leave the paper like that up at the top, except I do want to kind of make it look a little more tag-ish. So I think I will just use my scissors because it's not very even, which is probably going to cut some of this off, but we'll just try to do our best here. So how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing good. These just looked like fun, and I've been eyeballing them for a while, so I'm like, I'm just gonna make some. And I know I'm behind on getting people's journals done with doing the whole vacation thing and all that. Some of it might wait until we get back. I might be able to get the calendar one done before we go, but I will get them done. I will get them done. Just might be a little bit yet. I am inking. You don't have to ink if you don't like to ink. I do like to ink, as y'all know. Now, you don't have to make them tags. I don't think she made hers into tags. I have some watercolors, and I like these in these tubes because they have the name of the paint on them. And if you notice on these, I think that's kind of what these are, but you can't read them, so you could write anything. It doesn't really matter what you write. I do like the numbers is very cool. So yeah, just super fun. And then there were little bits of like paper on there too, sort of just collaged on, and then the paint. So we're gonna do a little bit of that, and it's book page already, so it's not like you know, there isn't something to look at, but it's just fun to add stuff, you know, stuff. Oops, oh, I just knocked my paint card behind the desk. I had to use gesso here because my white watercolor is all dried out. I don't use them enough, the tubes like that, so they don't last if you don't use them. So use them up if you have them. Note to self, right? So let's just put some colors on here. I don't know what I want. Maybe we'll kind of do a pinky one to start with. And I have also a little glass jar of water. And this is a flat 6. Not that it matters because I am no guru or anything. I'm just doing it for fun. So let's see. I just kind of try to get the squarest square I can manage with my shaky hands. Go a little bit more. It might be more of a rectangle, which is fine. So what you guys up to today? Anything fun and exciting happening? Not doing a whole lot, just the hubby and I hanging here. I'm gonna grab some purple and mix it with that pink so I get a little bit of variation in my color, but I'm still within the area of the color, if you see what I'm saying. We didn't do a whole lot this weekend. In fact, oh, what did we do on Saturday? Oh, that was a fun day, actually. We went and my husband and I walked along the green belt. We were going to go on a hike, but where we were going to go on a hike, we didn't know until we got up to the area. There was road construction and we couldn't pass the road to get to where we were going to hike. Plus, it was crazy amount of people, so we were like, let's just go on the green belt. So that's what we did. And then we went and had lunch at the place that my daughter's working at, bartending now. She's now bartending. She will be starting her new job, but not until September. Or end of August, somewhere around there. So yeah. But it was fun. We just went and hung out and got to see her, which is always fun. Our son is not feeling well. He's got some bug. Don't know what. I just want him to get better before we go on our trip, because that'd be a real bummer. I'm gonna do a little more red to this. I know we're gonna have just quite the mess, but it doesn't matter because, right, you're just making water. I keep making them bigger. I need to stop doing that. Try to stay within the size here. Clearly not very good at this. And then what? Maybe just the red. Maybe if I go this direction. Too much concentration happening. I can't think of what to talk about. Not that I probably have a whole lot to talk about anyway, but you know, I don't even think you have to worry about what the colors are, unless you're like specifically doing it to put in some type of watercolor journal or something like that and you want the colors. But I don't think it's necessary at all. Okay, so there's that one, and I think we can add, I made some of these little tags, like she's got these little tags that have just bits of whatever and like a number and maybe some script. So that's fun. Let's do that. And you know, like I've done many times, you can do them totally different too. It's just this one I was like, I kind of just like just the way it is. Oh, that didn't show up at all. Okay, so I just did kind of some script on there. And then I had a bit that had a little pink that I thought would work well. I could put this piece up top though. That's maybe what I want to do with that. Got strings everywhere, I'm telling you. I have strings on my strings. And I kind of like some of them. It looks like she might have touched them a little with a color, or at least that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna. It just kind of helps tie it together, you know. And then on this little piece of tag, we can just add whatever we like. And I'll probably, you know, run a stitch through it or something. Plus this uses up all the little bitty bits that you might have, like I have. I'm gonna leave that little string on there even. I don't know if it'll stay in the end, but we'll see. Maybe put a little color on that too. I mean, you don't have to put color on all the parts, right? But just add a little right there and call it good. I might just staple that, actually. Let's ink this a little around the edge. Lightly. And these were pieces of the book page like this that I just, you know, cut into little tags, but I had already gessoed it and all that jazz. I think I lost, I don't know, my little pink string is there, but I don't know if it's gonna stay there. There's another one down here. That way it won't be grabbing stuff as bad. It's going to, but we're gonna put it at the top, so it's okay if it grabs onto something. It'd be like the bottom grabbing. Let's do a larger, no, we want a small hole. Off to the side, that's how they did it. Ooh, we should probably back this though. I didn't think about that. I'll wait until it's dry. All the things to think about, right? So many, all the time. Oh my goodness, Amy. And then we'll tie on our little do-wah-diddy here, maybe. I don't want it dangling like super far, just like a little bit. This stuff is fiddly for me. Can you tell? Okay. I don't want that plunking in that pink right this minute. But we're gonna add some glue. The whole thing probably will get stitched around because that's kind of how I tend to do the fabric thing, just to make sure it stays. And I will also, when it's dry, go around, you know, and do the writing and stuff. But for now we have to set this aside and let it dry. But we'll do another one and then we will revisit. I kind of want to just do this little bitty skinny one. Wouldn't this be fun? Because you could write on the back a little bit, but it could also sort of be a bookmark in a journal. So I think that's fun. Let's do some blues for this one. I feel like I should have, well, we might write something there because I don't really have room for another one there. I guess I should try to get my spacing better. So maybe I'll start in the middle. And then you could add more water to it and get a lighter version of the same. It may just end up looking like the same thing. Not if we take away some color though. Yep, that'll work. And maybe darker, so less water. My spacing stinks. It's fine. It's fine. And then I should have done that one on the bottom, huh? I don't think I can get it any lighter. Let's just add a little this one with it. Let's see what that gets. Could also add white to it, huh? Yeah. My icky gesso. Now, if I was doing a painting, I probably would not do things like, you know, like this. I would want a white watercolor. But because I'm doing mixed media and just, I mean, these aren't like, you know, some primo painting or something. I'm just playing, so I'm not worried about it. It's more just because they look cool, honestly, I think. And then maybe this one we could put some lace across the bottom. Oh, this is crochet. I like the little ruffle on that side better. I don't know if I would put one of these on this because it's just so little. Could make a smaller one. Where my other? Right in front of my nose. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Teeny tiny. So this is old, you know the edges that you tear off of books? That's what this piece is. That other piece is just book page, old book page. And this book page is just disintegrating. So it's actually good to put like 2 layers together or whatever. Because it definitely is. I wonder if I do this, if it'll work. No, too much. Too much. So it's good to glue it to things and, you know, glue multiple pages together and things like that because it's gonna hold up better that way. Any more string? I thought I had another. Oh, I do. Right in front of my nose. Oh my word, why do I struggle with this stuff so bad? What do I want to put on this one? We need something like maybe a number. Let's see. Took all my pens away because I was watercoloring this weekend and this one will work. So just, you know, write down whatever you feel like. Doesn't matter. Going for the look here. Unless, like I said, you wanted it to be all correct and I don't know which side. I think we'll go like that. And I do like just stapling it. I think that's a good way. Because then I don't have to worry about trying to sew that. Which doesn't sound particularly fun. Oh my word. Can I do this? Probably not, but we're gonna try. Ooh, maybe I can. Okay, so there's that one. That one's just about dry already, so that'll be easy. How's this one doing? It's still a little wet. Let's do one more. And then we'll add details. I do like these ones. I think that I will cut this down because I don't want obviously one this tall. I think that's a little excessive. And I will back them. They aren't backed right now, but I will back them. Oh God, it tickly nose and it's bugging me. Probably a Pasha hair. That cat. His furs are everywhere. He's doing good. He's still got a bit of a stuffy nose, but he's trucking right along. I don't think he'll ever not have some sort of stuffy nose, but he was thick before. So at least he's definitely feeling better. More playful and all that. So if you use this old paper like this, just basically make sure it's glued well to each other or whatever you decide to glue it to, because it crumbles, as you can see down here. So it works better if you keep it glued well. It looks super cool, but man, does it fall apart easy. My word. Okay. Let's see, what color are we using on this one? Kind of want to do maybe some browns. Oh, I want a piece of different paper on there, kind of like I did that first one. There wasn't really room on that little one that I did. But this one there is. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think I am going to do some browns. So I'm going to use Distress Oxide inks. I know I have that whole thing, but it's okay. The cool part about watercolor is you can reconstitute it. That gesso won't be reconstitutable, but I'll do that. The rest will be, so it's fine. I need a piece of plastic. This one won't work. It's got ink all over it over there. Don't know what that ink was from, but okay. So I have Walnut Stain Distress Oxide. I have Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. Ooh, I do have the darker one. I forgot I got it. And Ground Espresso. I need to dry this off. I don't have clean water anymore. I should have got 2 things of water. I know that, but here I am. Doing what I do. Okay, so Vintage Photo's the lightest. And do maybe a little bit bigger. And as you saw on hers, she did some colors like, you know, kind of like I did the first one, but blues and pinks and reds together. So it doesn't matter because, again, this isn't for like an art page or something like that. And plus, a lot of times when you do these, you're showing your palette, right? What palette you're going to use for a project or whatever. This is Walnut. So this just shows you, you could do this with acrylic. You could just, you know, thin it down with some water. You can do it with whatever you want to. It doesn't matter. And then we have our Ground Espresso, which I love this color. Oopsie. Okay, so then I am a mess right about now. Ooh, you know what we can put on there? Right, like kind of cool piece of burlap. And then we'll put a piece of lace on top. This. Or a different one, because I like that whole piece together and I don't want to use a whole piece, I don't think. Well, this piece would work. Just to have the burlap peeking back there, I like that. This probably will have to get stitched. So that it'll all stay under control. And then I need one of these again. Oh, I only have this white string now. That's okay. What do I want to do to this? It's coming apart right here. These I did back with some coffee dyed already. I did at least manage to get that accomplished. Need a stamp. I don't want October necessarily. How about November? Sure. Maybe I will use this. Because I like the darker color, but I don't have the Ground Espresso and a stamp pad. Oh, well, that's just a big fat mess, but it's kind of cool looking. I should have known better. but I like it. I actually do. Can't tell what it is, but that's okay. Let's use a piece of this. Right there. And I might just say it's fine if it grabs up some of that ink. Whoa, that was a lot. The lid caught in the paper towel. I'm doing good today. Well, every day, honestly. I think I might put a little bit of that in there. Just some vintage photo. I know, you can't even tell what the heck that stamp is, but I don't care. It was just a little something in the background, so I'm not worried about it. Now, this I feel like is very too white. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's do it kind of like we did the last one. That seemed to work pretty good. Now, obviously, you would probably wait for all your stuff to dry between the steps, but you know, doing videos, it's kind of like you just kind of go with it. Or if you craft like I do, then you probably just go with it anyway. But anyways. Okay, so that's got to dry. And we will revisit our pieces that are probably dry. And we'll set this over here to use later. So let's play with this one. This is not the best pen for this. I don't know what I was thinking. I might have to pause and go get some pens. Hold on just a minute. Okay, I'm back, and the news is that none of the pens are happy because of the texture. So we're just gonna go with it, but this one is a little better. This is a, what is it? 05 micron. It just has to be watercolor. That's the biggest thing. And I just do my squares around them like all janky this way, that way, too long. Doesn't matter. And I like to go around them multiple times. It just gives a little more interest that way. It writes fine where there's not the color. Down here, I'm gonna see, my writing is atrocious, so just doing your crazy writing, that asymmetric, whatever they call it, because I always say it wrong, I feel like. I don't know if I do, but anyway. Over here, what could I say? Okay. I think that's good. Did she write anything? Oh yeah, just like that one that I wrote a little something on, but we can add another number. I think it's good. So there's that one. And then our little blue here. There's some other colors on these. And that one has that already. I think I need a little, sorry, I get very quiet when I have to concentrate. Which I did there. I did have to concentrate a little bit. Need a little blue on there. But you know what else they need? They need some splatters. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Trying to find something. Stop now. So there's the pinky red E type 1. Okay. Now we need to splatter our blue. Where did I set it? Right here. I have so much color in that water. It's not doing me favors right now. There's our bluey one. And then our browns. Are they dry enough? We'll put splatters on at the end so that we can actually write on here. Move all my 8 million gadgets and whatnots. I used to do these a lot, but then I totally forgot about them until I've been seeing more of them again. I do think they're fun. Okay. So let's have so you can just write whatever in the world you want. Doesn't matter. And then we're going to do some splatters. Oh, kind of want something under here. I don't know why, but like I'm not, like I don't have a big enough mess already. Okay, that's good. Now it just has to dry. And there's the browns, and I will run a stitch, I think, across and around, but it's all wet, so I'm not going to do that right now. But you guys, I'm sure, understand that. Just to mostly hold down that top bit of crochet and stuff. So those were super fun. Highly recommend. Just have a good old time. You can make up a whole bunch of them. And if you don't have like the old book page like I have, you can get, or I mean, you can use anything. You can use coffee dyed paper and make the tags out of that. I also have this. It's children's drawing paper, and it's by Pacon, I believe. Pacon or something like that. But anyway, it's manila drawing paper for kids. But it feels so much like old book page. And so you can dye it or put the ink splatters on it, put some gesso on it. You could stamp it with a script stamp, put a little gesso, and kind of get that same effect as this old book page. So that is also possible if you're just starting out and you don't have all the stuff. But you can also just use like some coffee dyed paper or whatever, put a little gesso on it. Just make it look a little old and you're set. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.